Alright, yo peeps, what's going on? Just 17, going to be bringing you a live commentary. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Firecrest build. Now before I get into it, I just want to tell you guys that I like to shoot people with my gun. A lot of people like to run Firecrest and, you know, they want to stack as much skill power as possible and let their turret do most of the DPS for them. Me personally, I like to have a high DPS and a lower skill power just so I can, you know, get them on fire, get that 15% extra damage, and then melt them that way, if that makes any sense. And I also like a little bit of health with my builds. Reason for that, with this build, in case you have somebody focusing you, for example, at least you have some health before your fire can get them on fire, and then you can take over and, you know, do the damage. As long as they can't shoot you while they're in flames. I mean, there is, I think, a holster or something that allows you to do that, but if they're not running that, then, you know, this build will work out in your favor. It is a lot of fun to run this build, and yes, I will be posting a gameplay probably after this one of running this with I'll do PvP last stand or whatever with this build. But anyways, let's get into it right now. So with this build, I decided to run an SMG. Reason for that is because I didn't want an assault rifle. Yes, I can get a way higher DPS than a 317 if I put an assault rifle on, but DPS is not a number that you guys should think, oh, this is a high DPS, I'm gonna melt kids with this because it says 400k. You know, I'm not even running assault rifle damage on my gloves right now, and this one is almost 430k, and it's a DMR, right, or MDR. So I mean, it's like, really? I mean, you could slap on like this one, you could slap on any assault rifle and just have higher DPS. But me, I like to run a submachine gun with this. Reason for that is because I like the ammo and I like the fire rate on the AUG to go with this. It just seems to work out better for me, if that makes any sense at all. And the AUG is actually great. I'm running Deadly, Brutal, and Responsive on it, so it's a God Roll AUG, Para XS. So I definitely love this gun, and that will be staying here for this build. And this is the gun I chose for that one. But anyways, let's get into this. So I'm running the Barrett's chest piece. I don't think I will ever change my chest piece because I absolutely love this chest piece. I'm waiting for a better one, but unfortunately I just haven't got one yet. So it is one of those things. But you guys have probably seen this before, so I'm just going to show you guys right there. I mean, it's on most of my builds as of recently, so yeah, I don't need to explain the Barrett's chest piece. Let's get into my mask here. So my mask is pretty good. It has a 1263 firearms, and then I have a mod on there as well for 266 with extra health, and it also has 9,900k skill power. Now I could re-roll it and try to get a little bit more higher skill power, but I don't want to re-roll anymore because my thumb's getting a little bit sore. No, just kidding, but I think it only goes up to like just over 10k, so really I'm sitting at a pretty good number right now, so I will stop there. My knee pads here are pretty good as well. I have a mod on there for extra firearms, and then my stamina is a 1268, which is pretty good. I think max rolls for all the new gear is 1272, I think. So I'm just a few off, so that's okay. And then I re-rolled it for health. Yes, I could have re-rolled it for something else, but I like to have health and I want DPS with this build and just enough skill power to, you know, at least put a semi-okay damage on them while I'm shooting them, if that makes any sense, because that 15% extra damage. So I could melt people while they're on fire. If they're not on fire, then at least I still stand a pretty good chance, if that makes any sense. My backpack here, now, it is really good backpack. I'm running 1252, but it's not the best, as you guys know. It could be higher, it could be in the 1260s, and that would be better for me, but unfortunately that's where it's going to stay. And I've already re-rolled for skill power because I wanted my skill power up a little bit. You can't really run this build and have absolutely no skill power like my other builds, you know, sitting at 80k, 90k. You know, I at least had to get like 115k with this build for it to even be usable, or else what's the point of using it? So yeah, that's what I do now. And then also I have I have the Rebel camo on it. I got that from doing what is it, Stolen Signal, I think it's called. Stolen Signal, is that what it's called? Yeah, Stolen Signal. I did that on Heroic. It took me all day. It took me and my friends all day, but we finally got it done, and it was pretty difficult. And it only gave you 1 cash when you were done with it, 1 exotic cash for finishing it. I'm not even going to go into it right now, so we're definitely probably not going to do that anymore, because that was just a waste of time. Now my gloves are the downfall, like usual. My gloves are definitely not the best. I really suck at getting good gloves, but they do have 1000 SMG damage, which is really good because I think max roll is only 1001. So I'm only 1 point off, and you know, my firearms on it is 1156. It would be way better if it was like 1260 or something like that. It would be another 100, but unfortunately, this is what I have, and I could switch to like assault rifle damage, and yeah, I could put out, you know, assault rifle, but I don't want to run assault rifle with this build. It's just me being stubborn. I like to run an SMG with this build, so that's why I chose that. And yes, I did get the new gloves, the Skull MC gloves. I actually got them off a PvE boss, but as you guys can see, they're really not a good roll as well. I could re-roll marksman rifle damage for critical damage, but I mean, even the rolls on it just aren't. Now my holster here, everything was over 12. My electronics were like, I think it was only at 1201. So I sat here and I thought, like, you know, the health roll isn't too bad. I could switch it to something else, or I could just get higher skill power, which, you know, isn't a huge difference when you're only talking about, you know, 50k, or I mean 50 points or whatever. But for me personally, I was sitting here for a while thinking of what I should do with it, and I chose to reroll electronics. So because I looked at the health, the max health roll, and it wasn't worth it. So I could have left them as is and just never touched them and they would still be okay, but I had to reroll something, so I rerolled electronics for that as well. And then, as you guys know, Barrett's chest piece does come into play, so of course, you know, I'm at 317k DPS, but when I throw my fire turret out, my DPS goes up to 333k, and then also when I pop my booster shot, you know, and then my DPS goes up to 365, and then toughness is 374. Now that's with both skills active and cooling down at the same time. When they cool down, it will go down a little bit, like right there, but you know, my toughness has gone up a little bit, and you know, because when you are PvPing, you don't always have both of your skills up constantly. You're usually waiting for your skills to come back while you're fighting. So those are my stats while I'm waiting for them to come back. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, then please drop the like button, show me some love, show me some support. Until next time, peace.